Kantara Chapter 1 Trailer, a glimpse into the mythic roots of coastal Karnataka ***. The release of the Kantara Chapter 1 trailer in Hindi marked a significant moment in Indian cinema, extending the reach of a deeply regional, folklore-infused narrative to a pan-Indian audience. Directed by and starring Rishab Shetty, Kantara 2022 emerged not just as a film but as a cultural phenomenon rooted in the spiritual and ecological ethos of coastal Karnataka, particularly the Tulu Nadu region. The Hindi trailer, released by Hombale Films under the banner of Vijay Kiragandur, amplified the film's mystique, introducing audiences across the country to a world where myth, nature, and human conflict intertwine. Kantara ***, which translates to mystical forest in Tulu, is set in the dense, sacred groves of the Western Ghats, a region revered for its biodiversity and ancient traditions. The story centers on Shiva, a spirited and rebellious Kambala buffalo race champion who finds himself at odds with a government official, Mura leader, over land rights. What begins as a socio-political dispute soon spirals into a supernatural confrontation tied to a centuries-old legend involving a local deity, Panjurli Daiva, a boar-faced spirit worshipped by the indigenous communities of the region. Rishab Shetty, who wrote, directed, and played the lead role, drew inspiration from the Buddha Kola, a ritualistic dance form practiced in Tulu Nadu, where performers embody local deities to deliver justice and resolve community disputes. This tradition, often misunderstood by outsiders, forms the spiritual backbone of Kantara. The film's climax, featuring a breathtaking Buddha Kola performance by Shetty himself, became iconic, celebrated for its authenticity, intensity, and visual grandeur. The Hindi trailer emphasized these mythic elements, using haunting chants, pulsating drums, and striking visuals of the forest to evoke a sense of primal awe. Rukmini, who played the female lead, brought emotional depth to the narrative, portraying a schoolteacher caught between modernity and tradition. Her character symbolizes the bridge between rational thought and ancestral faith, a duality central to the film's theme. Hombale Films, known for the KGF franchise, recognized the universal appeal of Kantara's story. Under Vijay Kiragandur's leadership, the production house invested in high-quality dubbing and marketing to ensure the Hindi version retained the film's cultural texture while remaining accessible. The trailer's release strategy mirrored that of KGF, leveraging digital platforms and social media to build anticipation among non-Kannada audiences. Historically, Kantara tapped into a growing appetite for rooted, indigenous storytelling in Indian cinema. In an era dominated by pan-Indian blockbusters often centered on hypermasculine heroes and urban settings, Kantara stood out by celebrating rural life, ecological consciousness, and syncretic spirituality. It revived interest in Tulu culture, a linguistic and cultural identity often overshadowed by larger regional narratives. The film's success was unprecedented. Made on a modest budget of 16 Indian rupees crore, Kantara grossed over 400 Indian rupees crore worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing Kannada films of all time. Its Hindi-dubbed version performed exceptionally well in North India, proving that stories steeped in local folklore could resonate nationally when told with sincerity and cinematic flair. Critics lauded Kantara for its atmospheric score by B. Ajanish Loknath, whose use of traditional percussion and folk motifs elevated the narrative. The cinematography by Arvind S. Kashyap captured the lush greenery and monsoon-drenched landscapes of Karnataka with poetic reverence, making nature itself a central character. More than entertainment, Kantara sparked conversations about land rights, environmental conservation, and the erosion of indigenous practices. It reminded viewers that forests are not just resources, but sacred spaces imbued with memory and myth. With the announcement of Kantara Chapter 1, fans speculate whether this signals a prequel or an expanded universe. Regardless, the Hindi trailer has already achieved its purpose, inviting a wider audience into the enigmatic world of Kantara, a place where the line between the human and the divine blurs, and where the forest always watches, listens, and judges. In essence, Kantara is not just a film. It's a reclamation of cultural memory, a cinematic offering to the spirits of the land, and a testament to the power of storytelling rooted in soil, soul, and silence.